Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today, we've got some more E3 news and the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary. The hype is starting to build. A lot of you guys ask me questions about what I think about the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary. I've talked about it before in the past, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update when it comes to my predictions of what Nintendo could be doing, plus how Nintendo is ramping things up. But before we get into all of this, guys, please make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe if you are someone new, because I drop daily videos on here every single day. You love RPGs, you love Nintendo, love action games, love all that type of stuff. We got it right here on PlayerEssence. So thank you guys so much for your support. Now let's get into the content first, and we're starting off with the good old ESA and the E3 news. The E3 hype is starting to build up and fans are getting excited about the possibilities. We have the new E3 digital presentation. We have the Summer Games Fest, which Square Enix is confirmed to be there. We've got Bandai Namco, we've got all sorts of companies. It is a old-fashioned E3 versus Summer Games Fest. I guess that's not old-fashioned since Jeff Keighley used to work for E3 when it comes to doing their broadcast, but he's got his own thing here. But let's talk about the news when it comes to E3 2021. So there was a brand new blog post from the E3 Expo where they started to hype up the show and where you can watch it. So it says, E3 2021 joins forces with major video and social media distribution services to broadcast globally. So with a massive global list of committed distribution services, E3 2021 is set to reach a broader audience than ever before. So E3 2021 continues to add leading global video and social media services that will expand the reach of this year's all virtual showcase. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook Gaming, TikTok, Vine, whatever, VENN, Steam, Reddit, Entertainment Weekly, Web Media, Webipedia, Webipedia, I don't know. WeChat, Billy, Africa TV. What are all these things? I have no idea what I'm talking about here. And many more linked description below have signed on to officially broadcast E3 programming across their channels and services, allowing fans, media, and industry professionals the ability to tune in and engage with E3 2021 from anywhere around the world. And the full list of distribution services broadcasting E3 2021 in collaboration with E3, each live streaming and video content service will broadcast E3 events and activities live, and each with social media site will execute campaigns around the event that are relative to their user base. Quote, working with these leading companies ensures that this year's all digital E3 experience will reach audiences around the world, said Stanley Pierre-Louis, president and CEO of the ESA. This will be the first time ever that E3 will be freely available across all these major services, allowing us to reach video game fans from all corners of the globe. E3 2021 will be filled with 4 days of programming hosted by iconic personalities from the video game world, with major game reveals, press conferences, industry showcases, and more. The all digital experience runs from Saturday, June 12th through Tuesday, June 5th. Media creators, industry professionals, and fans are encouraged to visit the E3 2021 website to sign up for updates and check for the most up-to-date information. So awesome stuff there, guys. I know I'm getting hyped for E3 2021. I'm going to be streaming the event pretty much the whole time. For the most part, obviously, we're going to be looking for the Nintendo Direct. But yes, I will be streaming the event myself, and I think that there are going to be some huge reveals. Now, there are some rumors that are floating around. We obviously have the Summer Games Fest that's going down as well. Square Enix is going to be at both of these when it comes to E3 and also when it comes to the Summer Games Fest, and that's what I want to talk about when it comes to the big news with this here, guys, or at least the information. There are rumors, there are murmurs that there's going to be a revival, that there is going to be something when it comes to Square Enix at these shows. I mean, what else would it be? We obviously have Final Fantasy 16. That is a game that I'm very interested in, and I think that is definitely going to make an appearance at both of these shows, or at least at one of these shows. But what is that rumors going around? What's going on with the revival? We know that Legend of Mana, that is a thing, obviously, but that's already been announced. I think that there might be something else. Now, a couple of years ago, they did the whole Trials of Mana reveal, and that blew me out of my seat. Could it finally be possibly just time? Could it be finally, possibly, maybe? Is it time for the Chrono Trigger? Will we get a Chrono revival at E3 at the Summer Games Fest? I'm really hoping so. I think that now is the time to reveal this if it's in development. if what I'm hearing, if the rumors of a revival are true, if the little backseat things that I've been hearing here and there are true, Square Enix will unleash something. We have the year of revivals. The past few years have been fantastic for the old school revivals, for the old school flavor. We have stuff like Octopath Traveler. We have Project Triangle Strategy. We have stuff like The World Ends With You, the Neo World Ends With You. We have Legend of Mana. We have Trials of Mana. There have been so many good ones from Square Enix over the past number of years. I think it's time. I think the fans are ready, and if they did it at the Summer Games Fest or at E3 2021, that would be something that would steal the show, or steal the show capability, at least for me, when it comes to what I think. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the E3 news heating up? What do you think Square Enix has in store for us? Man, a Nintendo Switch, like let's say like remaster of Chrono Trigger, or even like a double pack of Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross on the Switch. Chrono Cross would be great. A remaster of Chrono Cross, a remake of Chrono Cross, or a brand new Chrono game. All of that would be much appreciated. Maybe it's wishful thinking. Maybe people are just putting stuff out there. But overall, I do think that it's possible. I think the time is right. And I feel that everything has been leading up to this point in terms of what Square Enix has been bringing back and some of the flow of the games. And all of their revivals have sold well. Literally every single major one has sold well, from Octopath all the way to Trials of Mana. All of that stuff has done well. So I think it could be happening this time. But what are your thoughts when it comes to this? What do you want to see from Square Enix and some of these other people? Over the course of the next few weeks, I'll be detailing other companies in terms of the road to E3 and what I want to see. Today, I was kind of looking at Square Enix and the news surrounding that, but what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary. Things are starting to heat up. We recently got the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass. More details on that. We have the outfit that you guys can use in the game. There was an update as well, getting ready for the expansion pass. We've got the Wave 1 of DLC that's going to be available in June 2021. Then the Wave 2, you guys are seeing what's going on here. Expanded roster, newly added weapon types, new challenges, all sorts of stuff. So that's very good. That's very good that all that stuff is there, and I can't wait to hop back into Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. But this is just the beginning. When it comes to the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary, we have, of course, the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. We've got the Legend of Zelda Joy-Cons that are coming out. We've got the not controversial Skyloft Amiibo when it comes to certain things, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on, and obviously that's some sarcasm joke there with that Amiibo thing, but there's some stuff going on. But what could we see for this? Now, there's rumors going around that there's going to be a Legend of Zelda Direct after what Nintendo's presenting at E3, which is also very possible that they do something like that, where they detail more of what you can expect. Maybe they reveal a new remake for the Legend of Zelda series when it comes to like Minish Cap or something like that. Maybe they reveal something else, but I do think that's all possible when it comes to it. But I do feel that what most people feel when it comes to Legend of Zelda, I think that we're going to see the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. I think that we're going to see the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. I think both of those games are already in HD, already have normal controls, already are set, ready to go. So I think we finally see some type of double pack, or what they're going to do with that game. Maybe we see some classic Zelda games come over as well in some type of promotion too. So there's a variety of things that they could do, but I would say the most solid thing in terms of the 35th anniversary, what we could potentially see, it's definitely going to be, I think, which was already rumored, but it's going to be Wind Waker HD, and it's going to be Twilight Princess HD. Both of those games, I think they're coming over. So this year, we would see The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, Wind Waker, and also Twilight Princess. Those three games. And then maybe even, once again, a announcement of a remake of a game, like a Minish Cap remake. We had the Grezzo developed Link's Awakening remake a few years ago, or a couple of years ago, back in 2019. So I think now that, okay, they got some time, maybe they have another one here with Minish Cap, or maybe we even see Ocarina of Time 3D come over in some way, shape, or form. I know Nintendo's not super keen on 3DS games, so maybe they just bring over Ocarina of Time and maybe some of the older games. But there's a lot of possibilities with The Legend of Zelda. Nintendo usually kind of goes in when it comes to Zelda, so we'll see what's happening. But this is definitely the start of the hype cycle for The Legend of Zelda, and the rumors surrounding this with that Zelda Direct are very intriguing because I think that Nintendo would do something like that in this big anniversary date. And if you look at it, they're kind of definitely going in a bit more. I mean, Hyrule Warriors is getting a whole expansion pass. You also have what's going on with like Skyward Sword, what they're releasing there with the Amiibo and also with the Joy-Cons as well. So they're kind of going in with different products and different types of things and the DLC and everything. It's just starting out here. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Zelda Direct. And then probably the big information that everybody wants to know, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, the sequel. What's going on with that game? I think we do get a huge info drop when it comes down to it. That's going to get more, and I know that Nintendo actually even stated, Mr. Enuma was like, hey, you got to wait just a little bit longer. You know, we're going to talk about that later. So I do feel that there's going to be some big news there as well. But this is something that you guys ask me all the time on my live streams. What do I think about the 35th anniversary? And those are my full kind of thoughts with it. I'm a huge Zelda fan myself. Breath of the Wild kind of really just opened things up. That's my favorite Zelda game is Breath of the Wild, followed by Wind Waker. Do love Wind Waker, but I also have my top 5 Zelda games on the channel, so you guys can check that out if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, man, I'm super excited to get into Legend of Zelda news and also with E3 and everything. I think this is going to be one of the more memorable shows because the companies, yes, they're still dealing with the pandemic and everything like that, but I feel that these companies, they want to give a good digital presentation. They want to give a good way to boost the industry because, yeah, this pandemic has boosted things, but at the same time, you never know when it comes to what people are going to spend, you know, their hard-earned money on and everything. So you want to make sure that you keep putting your foot forward and not let something that's a super hype / money-making machine, which is E3. I mean, you could sell millions of copies if you have a good show of E3 at certain games. That can boost the sales numbers from making barely anything to making a truck ton of money. So to me, that's why they're so keen on keeping these shows up and alive and making sure that they participate in these type of things because there is going to be huge viewership and a lot of marketing potential without paying that premium marketing price when it comes to like TV advertising and all that. So it makes complete sense to me that a lot of these companies are hyped and ready, and Nintendo is keen on keeping E3 alive and also getting things ready for the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary and just their own content as well, as they've already kind of adjusted to the pandemic and kind of got things a bit more under control, way better than last year, obviously, because there was a lot of bad stuff going on, but now things have progressed to be better at this point. So what are your thoughts on this, guys, when it comes to the big E3 news, when it comes to The Legend of Zelda? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Going to give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.